everyone, Kim here, Abundant Life Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me for another Mystery Mystic reading. And we are exploring the energies surrounding what may have happened to Brittany Tee. She was last seen on January 10th, 2023. And this all took place in Brookfield, Massachusetts. Her family is desperately trying to find her. And just recently, her disappearance was featured on a News Nation program. And one of my dear subscribers and supporters of the channel, NYCH Fan, F-A-N, thank you. You know who you are. That's your handle on YouTube, but made the recommendation. So I thank you for doing that. I know that probably people have already read on this case. I haven't looked at much in the way of like articles or whether or not there's theories about what happened. I didn't do any of that. I kind of wanted this to be as blind as possible. And I'm not planning on watching other readers or psychics' takes on this because, I just want to make sure that I am just tapping into what I'm feeling about the whole thing. All right, let's tap into the energies. Let's see what jumped. We have poison. Blood. Water. Okay. I will give some background information as we go through the reading. Diamond. And I don't know much, but I do know, and a lot of people are like, oh, the boyfriend did it. Oh, whoever she lives with did it. But the police and the family of Brittany has indicated that her boyfriend, who was rather new in the relationship with Brittany, they do not suspect him. He has roommates, but no mention of them suspecting them either. She worked for a liquor store where she was very friendly with the customers. And, so there's that. And then an ex-boyfriend that she had, for a long time, he lives out of the state. So really and truly, it's just a mystery as to what could have happened here. Ladder. Her car was left. We have storm. In the driveway with, I believe, her purse and keys in the car. But the Jeep that she owns wasn't operable. Now, please correct me if I'm wrong on that, but that was just the gist of what I got from it. She had last spoke to her mom before she went missing. Her mom says she seemed a little upset, something about she would talk about it later with her mom, but she was coherent and clear-minded. And yeah, so there was that. And her cell phone, because I know a lot of people are going to be like, well, what happened with her cell phone? I guess we would assume that her cell phone's with her because it pinged. I forgot where exactly. Maybe this will come up in the reading. But it did get a ping, but no, obviously, police weren't able to get much further from that ping of the phone. Her SIM card, though, was taken out of the phone and left in her boyfriend's place. Also up for, I'm confused on is some reports say she was living with her boyfriend. Some reports say she had her own place. If you all know that information, please leave it in the comment section down below. Okay, one more card, Spirit. Arrow. Okay. So that's the details that I have about Brittany and her disappearance. You know how we do with these Mildred Payne Secret Pocket Oracle cards. I do like to go through them, read the adjacent cards to one another. So let's get into this one, and I'm going to zoom in so you all can really see what I'm seeing here. Okay. We have the poison card. And I'm going to show you something. So before I started this reading or started the recording, I use these dice from time to time, not always. Sometimes I keep the results to myself because it can be rather traumatic for family members or friends who watch videos or who stumble across a video of mine, at least. So I don't show these often, but I did roll these and got chest and stomach, okay, as it relates to Brittany. So I'm going to set those over here. Now, the poison card can sometimes mean toxic people. It can represent a toxic situation she may have found herself in. Sometimes it could be about self-destruction. I'm going to read off some of the key phrases that are in the guidebook for this card. It says accepting something harmful. Maybe she accepted something harmful. Self-destruction and toxic people. It could be all of those things in this case, to be honest with you. And I'll tell you why I say that in a moment. But yeah, she accepted something harmful, maybe consumed something harmful. Self-destruction could be about, maybe engaging in something just before her disappearance that led her on a path that, of no return, okay? Would we think about self-destruction as, habits or maybe drinking to excess or trying a drug? And I don't think she was into drugs. I think I heard or read somewhere on News Nation, I can't remember if it was in their article that they wrote or on the program that the link was sent to me, but that maybe she was in recovery from alcoholism. So, maybe this could indicate falling off the wagon, relapse, stresses. Because here's the thing, Brittany was going through a lot. Her vehicle wasn't working at the time, and her cell phone wasn't working, probably why her SIM card was out. Maybe she was going to take that SIM card and put it in borrow a friend's phone. That's what I'm just tapping into, okay? A lot of people thought it was odd that the SIM card was out, and they thought it could indicate that she, got into it with her boyfriend. He did something, allegedly harmed her, and then to take the SIM card out, that could eliminate evidence. But it can be innocent. Since there were reports that she was having cell phone issues, somebody probably was going to loan her a phone, and she was going to take her SIM card out. And I guess she didn't have an active phone line at the time. So there was a lot going on in Brittany's life. Okay, my apologies for my dog barking. Okay, so now we have the blood card, and I might have to pause for a moment till the dog stops barking. So sorry, you guys. Blood. So this is also quite concerning, okay? And the blood card, hold on, you guys. I can't even concentrate. My dog has a habit of barking when someone from the house is leaving, and just will bark until she can't see the person anymore. Okay, so blood. Life, vitality, sacrifice, heritage, or ancestry are the key words. Now, this is next to the poison card. If we're looking at a situation that was toxic, could it be someone who is of relation to her, or relation to someone that she knows, a relative? Okay, so a relative of a toxic person that she encountered that she thought was safe, but in fact they weren't safe. I'm not saying that this is her family who did this. No. I'm saying that it could represent a family member who is, like, maybe she knows this person by way of a family member. She's from a small town, so maybe she thought it was safe to interact with this person because she knows their family member, like a brother or sister or cousin, or, So It could mean that. This also could be very much symbolic of blood. Now, if we're looking at this in a way that maybe she was feeling really down on her luck, she, gets something, she consumes something, and maybe she falls, she injures her head, or she hurts herself. Could be. But that doesn't really jive with the chest, dice, and stomach. But maybe she falls, really hurts herself, and falls into the water and consumes water and drowns. And she just got caught up or snagged or something in the debris below the surface, and that's why she has not been found. But apparently, I guess they had searched the nearby waterways and lakes and things, so they didn't just find her. That still doesn't mean that a person's not in a body of water, by the way, based on the readings I've done in the past of missing persons, just so you know. But water, blood, I don't know. It also could be like somebody used water to wash away evidence. Maybe someone was trying to get her inebriated and intoxicated, causing harm, taking her life force away, washing away evidence, or even disposing of putting her in water, if we're looking at foul play. I'm saying this now because what we're going to do, as we do in these readings, is build upon the other. I'm not yet sensing foul play all the way. Very much could be. These cards could indicate that. But I look at all the cards in the totality and then decide from there. Okay? So, in their totality. Water. Let's talk about water. Water literally can mean a body of water. Check nearby water. She is near a body of water, in a body of water. Evidence, vital evidence. Maybe the cell phone she had is in water. Actually, I don't even know if she took a cell phone. Somebody was saying that she took a iPad or like a tablet or a laptop. I don't know, but she didn't have a functioning phone line, like, a phone plan active. So it probably would make sense why she wouldn't even really have a phone. I don't know. But nevertheless, she could be in a body of water, near a body of water. We'll pay close attention to the numbers associated with the cards, because sometimes the numbers on the cards, like 45, 8, 18, 73, 24, 32, 16, and 64, could be key information. A road with that number, for example. County Road 18, as an example. Or a mile marker, or, a sign that has the numbers in it, So just bearing that in mind too. Water, according to the guidebook, can mean purity, change, life, subconscious thoughts, mysterious feelings. Now, if somebody is feeling self-destructive and they're questioning things, they're going through things, they may present as happy-go-lucky and feeling good about themselves. That's how it appears, but maybe there's some mysterious feelings and thoughts going on below the surface. And maybe an accident or an intentional something happened here. I'm just looking at the cards and seeing how they are reading. Now, of course, people would say, well, if she took her own life, or if it was a misadventure, or she fell or hurt herself or any of those things, why hasn't she been found? And that's a valid question. But of course, sometimes people are not found. And, until many, many years later, the elements, took over. It's been over a year. But it is a valid question as to, why hasn't she been found? And is she being concealed? We'll explore that further in the rest of this reading. Diamond. And she was upset. She didn't reveal to her mom why she was upset. And her boyfriend assumed that her mom picked her up after she left the residence. But then after 3 days, I believe, her mom started searching for her, contacted the boyfriend, and then it was discovered that she wasn't with the boyfriend and wasn't with the mom. So what was going on there? Diamond, invincibility, clarity, enduring love, a promise, something of value. But the key word that stands out to me is invincibility. Someone feeling invincible in this situation. Could be Brittany, who feels invincible in this situation. Or it could be someone else. Close to her. Close to the situation. We have mirror. Self-reflection. Reevaluating your perceptions. Vanity. So, if you look at the poison over the mirror card, you will see that if it's about self-destruction or consuming something that's toxic to the body or accepting something that's toxic to the body, and you're reflecting on that, and perhaps you could feel bad about that. Now, her family did mention that she was starting to make some improvements in her life, that she seemed like she was getting back on track. So that tracks with the ladder card. Okay, ladder is about, overcoming obstacles, stepping up in life, reflecting on stepping up in life, but then hitting another storm, yet another storm. Turbulent times is the first key word of this card. Turbulent times, endangered, trouble, emotions. Somebody could have taken advantage of her being in this vulnerable space. She was dealing with a storm in her life and may have made a decision that regrettably has led to her this whole thing happening. Okay? She was feeling down on her luck. Turbulent times, troubled emotions. It's sitting underneath the water card. There's a lot of cards here that symbolize, a lot of, troubled emotions, mysterious feelings with the water card, subconscious thoughts, danger, turbulent times. Let's look at the last card, arrow. Setting goals, success, sending messages may represent falling in love. This is interesting. Those are the key meanings. Now, sometimes when this card comes up, it can represent somebody being targeted. Someone being targeted because they're seen as having something of value sitting underneath the diamond. If we're talking about a love relationship, maybe this new relationship that she was in hit a stormy point. I guess her boyfriend's dog was dying, is what I heard. I don't know. So there could be trouble in paradise individually for the both of them, which caused problems in their relationship. We'll see how this all pans out as we go through the reading. It's going to be interesting. My takeaway is that the cards are leaning towards she was not in a very good emotional state. And she may have consumed something or accepted someone into her life in the moments leading up to her disappearance that was not good. And it led to a mishap. And as a result, it had to be covered up. This is what I'm sensing here. We'll see what else comes up in the rest of the cards. All right, I'm going to pause here so we can move on to the next part of the reading. All right, so now we're moving to the Divine Shadow Self Oracle by Divine Visions. Spirit, what are the shadow emotional or mental aspects that we're dealing with here as it relates to Brittany Tee? I'll show you all in a moment what these are saying. We'll do one more. Okay, now these are some cards that have come up, and I don't know. It's a little alarming here. So we have bitterness, envy, fearful, denial, humiliation, numbness, shame, and abuse. Humiliation and shame are very much related to one another. Numbness. But I don't know if she was currently like going through something like an abusive situation, or I don't know if she was currently like with her boyfriend. I don't know if that's the case. So don't jump to that conclusion yet. We'll see when I use my oracle, the Secrets Revealed True Crime Oracle, we'll see what comes up there. But I'm getting it since this is speaking about the past. And I think it's because of the bitterness card, but I could be wrong. But bitterness, envy, fearful, denial, humiliation, numbness, shame, and abuse. Like all of this is part of the mysterious subconscious emotions that she was going through that set her on this trajectory to go off into the night, into the elements when it was really cold in January in Massachusetts. She had on warm weather clothes, but even still, it's just really cold. And she went on foot. She wasn't clear-minded. She wasn't thinking clearly. So I don't know. And I suppose whoever may be responsible for maybe encountering her or, doing something, dare I say, it could be that this person is envious of her boyfriend, or maybe allegedly her boyfriend is envious, or someone who is envious of wanting to be with her. But the reason I just get a sense this is speaking about the past is because by all accounts, everybody's saying, her boyfriend is cool. He didn't do it. Police, I guess, have cleared him. I don't know that for 100% fact, but her family has not put his name out there. That really speaks to how much they feel that he didn't have anything to do with it. The police haven't put his name out there. No one's put his name out there. So there you go. But is somebody in this situation in denial? Is someone fearful? Right? Are they in denial about abuse that she's received in the past? Could be. We have numbness. We have humiliation, numbness, and shame. I think that she was tired of being numb. She carries some sort of humiliation, or maybe this could be someone who's close to her who was humiliated and bitter. And then we have shame. She was shameful of that energy, that this abuse. I don't know. It just, to me, feels like it's the past, and it was causing her emotional disturbances. And she just felt like as hard as she tried to get her life together, to put her best foot forward, something or someone or even herself would bring her down. And it's because of some past feelings, past hurts. We have the abuse card. She carried a lot of shame. And I don't know why we're not getting more out there about who she is. We know that she worked at a liquor store. We know that she's a great aunt, and that's, you know, beautiful to see those home videos on News Nation. And we do need to see that as well. But there just seems to be a gaping hole about what she was really going through. She was going through a lot here. Okay? A lot that has led to her demise. All right. We'll stop here. I'll be right back. All right, so we're gonna now work with the Secrets Revealed True Crime Oracle and just tap in and see what are we dealing with here. We have, look at that. And this, you know, just because a misadventure happens, like basically she did something to cause her injury and cause her to maybe fall in the water. Doesn't mean that she was alone, by the way. Could mean that, but, and it could be that someone was scared because they gave her something that she consumed that caused this to happen. I'm just saying. But we're gonna see what comes up. I'm gonna see what comes up. I'm gonna keep an open mind. Okay, let's keep an open mind. Okay. So let me show you what we've got so far. We've got trauma. So that could explain the blood card that came up in the Mildred Payne Secret Pocket Oracle reading. We have the misadventure. Okay, notice how there's two people there. Then we have DV. But sometimes these cards pick up on past influences. DV at the hands of someone she was with, allegedly. And that doesn't mean her most recent boyfriend. It could be from somebody in the past that she was really torn up about. Or it could be somebody else causing her violence. But the thing is with DV, this is about somebody that she lives with, is around all the time. Or, you know, it's not some stranger, you know, who's causing some, because I have cards in here that would indicate somebody causing harm that she doesn't necessarily live with or have really a close relationship with. This is close. We have bones, mental jail. Okay, it's what I was talking about before, going through some mental or emotional stuff, heavy stuff. Could be why she had a drinking issue. We have accessory after the fact, so this is maybe a clue as to someone being around her, someone knowing, but doesn't necessarily mean yet that they've caused something to her. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah. Two or more. Like, was there a party going on nearby? Like, impulse. She did. It does seem she made an impulsive action by going off into the night. I can't tell too. Was it like, what do you call it? Was it surveillance that caught her leaving and going off into the night? Or were there witness accounts? Again, it's very scant information, which is fine for me as the reader, because sometimes it's better if I know, you know, less. But it's just interesting that not much is given about what happened. Okay. 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 I'm starting to see something here. All right. dating. There's been no mention of, yeah. Okay. There's been not much mentioned about also like her love history, which is fine. It's her business, of course. We don't want to victim blame or anything like that. But it's like, what's really going on here? And let's just dig into the cards we've got. Trauma, misadventure, DV status. She has been through a lot of trauma in the past. She could have had trauma. She could have fallen in. Somebody could have seen and been around her and thought they would get in trouble if they spoke up because maybe they gave her something or, spiked something that she consumed with the poison card, and they were afraid to get in trouble. So, okay, there we go. The reasons why she was in a state was because she was like, mentally and emotionally going through something related to this. Past, I'm getting a sense of this being in the past. Status, the status card could be, let's pay close attention to what really is her status. They said she had a boyfriend, but okay. Was somebody she was engaged with and dealing with, what was their status? And I'm saying that because of this card down here, affair. I'm not saying the boyfriend that everybody knows of and is protecting is the one. I'm sensing there was somebody else she was talking to and perhaps even dating, allegedly, okay? Someone else that she was perhaps engaging with and dating that maybe is unbeknownst to her family members, even her mom. Mother card could mean a couple of things, right? It could mean that she, like her mom might inadvertently have some information that she didn't realize was of importance about a person or about the situation, or not realizing just how much Britt's past is playing a role in what has happened today. Did Britt start resuming talking to someone from her past? Okay. We have bones. This could be the state of decomposition. This could be secrets, metaphorically speaking, about secrets in her past. Okay? But it also could just literally mean bones. Mental jail. This is what I was talking about again. Now, this could be sitting underneath the misadventure. It could be that someone who bear witness to her consuming something, her falling in, and they not wanting to get really involved because they're having an affair or they're doing something they're not supposed to be doing, and they're in a mental jail over what happened. Could be something like that. Okay. But it also could be that this line of cards here, misadventure, mental jail, impulse, dating, this was all behaviors that Brittany embodied that led her on this trajectory, that arrow card over here, to being on a path of falling in the water of something. And I'm saying that because of the last card, drowning, like being injured to a way she couldn't get out. She's wearing heavy clothes. She drowns, and that's it. And the person who knows something, who's involved, or at least knowing something, accessory after the fact, two people being around her right before she left, they are in the know, but they want to protect themselves, so they're not going to ever say anything. They're going to take this thing down to the grave with them. Okay. I do sense that there is people who know, or a key person who knows. We have two or more people, accessory after the fact, knows what happened. Now, if ever it came out, what happened, would they get in trouble with the law? Maybe, maybe not. maybe, they won't get in trouble based on, a lot of what happened is something that she caused. But they could get in trouble because of their what? Status. Their marital status. This was some sort of affair. Could cause collapse and ruin in someone's life. Okay? That's what I'm saying here. Impulse. An impulse decision to go off into the night because she was going through it mentally and emotionally. Even there could have been this impulse to date this other person. The mother card could be maybe wanting to be a mother, maybe longing to be a mother. Maybe she could have even found out she's expecting allegedly. I don't know. But sometimes the card can mean her mother, like her mom having information that she doesn't know is of importance. Or a mother is involved. Like someone that she was dating has kids with someone. Because we have the affair card here. And so this could be someone that's not even on the radar. But maybe Brittany had mentioned a name to someone like her mom in the past, and her mom just can't remember yet. Okay, so then we have, let me keep going. We have bank records, checking bank records. Did she get a deposit from someone? Did someone give her some money to help her out in the recent past, in the moments leading up to her disappearance? What was her finances like? That could also tell me, and this is why I can't shake the feeling that this misadventure is about her going down this path, this trajectory of self-destruction, and it all just culminating in her losing her life. She hurt herself. She consumed something that really, and it's because of, look, the chest, our heart spaces in there, a broken heart, stomach. She consumed something, losing her balance, falling in the water, and ultimately drowning. Somebody seeing that or not really registering what was going on, and then it was too late and she's gone, and they have to protect themselves. Okay, that's what I'm picking up on here. Bank records. Also, with bank records, with her finances, what state were they in? Was she negative in her account? Does she even have an account? Was she getting Cash Apps? Was she getting PayPals? Who was helping her? Was anyone helping her aside from, maybe her family, her boyfriend that we know of? What was going on here? Has law enforcement looked at that? And then I talked about dating a lot, her dating. We have cold case. It's been a year. It's been over a year, and it's definitely in cold case territory. And because law enforcement doesn't have any evidence of foul play, I just don't get a sense of urgency. My intuition is not picking up on a sense of urgency with law enforcement trying to find her. They've done searches, and searches are great. The community has gone out to search for her time and time again. They've held vigils, and that's great. But I just get a sense with law enforcement that they're just not, because they don't see any evidence of foul play, and they're also just, hear me out here, I think that they are thinking this here, but by herself. That maybe, did she really meet with foul play? Did someone take off with her and kidnap her? Perhaps that could be. But I just get a sense that law enforcement just believes that because of her history with alcohol, because that she may have been troubled or emotionally upset about something, that she may have caused her own demise. And so the sense of urgency of really exploring all, like what you would do and explore when you move as if there's foul play involved, that's not happening in this case. And so as a result, here we are with a cold case. And I don't know, this card can indicate that this could stay like this for a long time to come. Okay? I'm going to stop here. All right, so before we conclude, we're going to see if we can get any clues on where she may be at, what may happen. Yeah. Okay. August is of significance. Weeks. I was looking for some key information. Okay. 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 All right. I'll show you all in a moment what I've got so far. I am working with the Divine Crime Oracle by Divine Visions, and move these off to the side here. So let me show you what we got so far. We have clean, framed, innocent, clear conscious, setup, scapegoat. Could be a setup, you know, for against her. But I think the keywords that stand out to me is innocent, clear conscious, scapegoat, and that could be her the boyfriend that she was known to be with, but really there was something else going on behind the scenes. So that's what I take from that. Ran over, hit and run, hit by vehicle. I don't know how this is at play here, but yeah, this card actually was the first one that jumped. Uniform, impersonation, corruption, and false. So when we are looking at false accusations, or someone being scapegoat, or someone who is innocent, you know, it could be because, you know, police corruption is at hand, but it's not because they're trying to cover up what happened to her. It could just be because they are inept and they aren't doing what they need to do to really, you know, explore other options. They are not, I mean, I know that they've expanded their search and they, you know, have looked all around, but sometimes the corruption is just not so much corruption like for the case itself, but the way they handle their investigations. And I guess this could be that someone was impersonating as someone that she could trust. But really, if this was someone she was hanging out with that she could trust, they would have tried to get help for her, and they didn't. They didn't. So we have weeks. Clues, important clues in the weeks preceding her disappearance is at hand, and that's the critical time of looking at who she was really hanging out with and being around. I don't get a sense that this is stranger danger. I could be wrong. I don't get that sense. I know her family has mentioned that they think that someone who, you know, maybe somebody maybe that she encountered at her workplace, or maybe even a stranger. And I suppose those could be the case, but I feel like it's something closer. And I say this because of the social drinks and gathering. This is what I'm saying. Like it was an impulse for her to go hang out with this group. She knew someone in this group who she thought she could trust. We have desert, dry, hot. I'm going to set that to the side for a moment, as is country, wilderness, green, and lush. Outdoors, near a body of water that's within walking distance is what I'm picking up on, but not necessarily, like there could be evidence that's near, like on the beach of this area. about her being there, her last steps being there. But remember, we got the drowning card and the water card. And I suppose it can be metaphorically speaking that she just felt like she was drowning in her life, but that she's really outdoors somewhere in the lush green. Or it could be that she's not in a pool, like it's somebody in the back of somebody's house. She's in a body of water in this, you know, countryside, wilderness, green, lush area. Okay. We have here jealousy issues, personal. Okay. I was talking about this too. Personal is what stands out. This is personal. This is not a stranger. This is someone in her social group, someone she knows. And they have a clean record. They're unknown to the police or not in the system. Unknown to the police. The police, I don't know if they have really looked at her at all. I mean, I'm sure they have. And I don't want to like police bash, but I just feel like there is just this being obstinate and not being wanting to be told what to do and not asking for outside assistance from other agencies to help. I don't know. It just something about that whole scenario with the law enforcement is sticking out to me for some reason. August is of importance. It could be in the future. It could be August is somebody's birth month that's close to the situation, that knows some information about where she's at and what really happened to her. Or August could be about in the past, something critical or key happening in the month of August preceding her disappearance. But especially within the weeks preceding, there is key information. Like, did she get some sort of, you know, PayPal or not PayPal, Cash App or something, some kind of record. There's a record of this dealing with this person. Travel. That's interesting. We know she left on foot, and we know she's since she's close in the wilderness. But maybe this person had a vehicle. Maybe they saw her walking on foot, picked her up, took her to a party. She felt safe, and it felt like a good idea. They travel south. Now, this could be someone who's traveled south, who lives south of where she lives or south where she works. Large group. That goes to that gathering happening. Arrests and caught. Eventually, when law enforcement finally starts to open up, they may be able to get some information, and the arrest or caught stands out to me as something. I'm going to pull 2 more cards just to make this even, and then we'll wrap up, because I think that this is where we're going to soon hop off here. Pick up. Okay. The person has a pickup truck. Might even be caught in surveillance at some point. How did she encounter this person? Court records, court. That's interesting. Bar. Like, I'm sensing like court records doesn't necessarily mean somebody who's in the system. It could be marital license. It could be, other kind of court documents. Court. It also could represent way down the line someone at least having the answer for maybe supplying some sort of drugs or doing something or not reporting something along that line of thinking. Bar. Social gathering. That's what I'm picking up on here. Social gathering, bar, hanging out, socially. That's where she goes when the going gets rough with her current boyfriend. And I'm not saying she relapsed, but I'm saying maybe the person that she hung out with is maybe somebody she met at a bar and grill, for example. Okay. And university. Maybe this person lives on University Boulevard or lives near a university or works at a university now. I don't know. We have here the pickup. They drive a pickup truck, so maybe there's some sort of surveillance on the evening that she went missing. You could see the truck. And again, we're just wanting to question that person for what they really know about what happened that night. Doesn't necessarily mean that they were entirely responsible, but they certainly have an incentive to keep things secret and under wraps. Maybe they work for the courts. I don't know. You all let me know what you think in terms of this. And then we finally have overseas, local or global travel. We keep having cards here talking about travel of some sort. Overseas travel. Maybe this person travels a lot for work, or maybe they left town immediately following her disappearance. So that's another clue about someone who is in the know about what happened. I'm sensing that it could be something where she consumed something at the hands of someone else and they're afraid to get caught because they're afraid of all the ramifications that will come about when they do get caught. Ultimately, I don't know if it's going to lead to life in prison or anything like that, but they have a lot to lose is what I'm sensing here. All right, friends, do me a favor on your way out. Please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Please leave me a comment and let me know what you think has happened here. What do the cards say to you? Just share what came up for you. Maybe you've done a reading on this and you have some insights, intuitive hits that you like to share in the comment section. Do so, okay? Love to hear from you. All right, take good care of yourselves. Bye for now.